Hey everyone, welcome to the Glow Grow Goal channel, your go-to channel for personal development and life transformation. Have you ever wondered why we often treat our loved ones worse than strangers? Why do we reserve our worst behavior for those we care about the most? Today, we're diving deep into this perplexing issue. Imagine coming home after a long, exhausting day at work, only to snap at your partner over something trivial instead of receiving a warm greeting. Or perhaps you find yourself taking your parents for granted, forgetting to appreciate all they've done for you. Are you struggling with relationships that feel strained or toxic? Do you find yourself taking your loved ones for granted? Stick around as we explore the reasons behind these behaviors, how to identify them, and most importantly, how to fix them and rebuild those precious relationships. To truly understand why we sometimes mistreat those we love the most, it's essential to look at the underlying factors that shape our behavior. Many of us are influenced by our past experiences, emotional maturity, and even societal pressures. Let's delve deeper into these aspects. Number 1. The impact of childhood experiences. Let's start by examining the roots of our behavior. Many of us are shaped by our childhood experiences, which can have a lasting impact on how we interact with others. Picture yourself as a child growing up in a home where conflict is common and harsh words are exchanged. Bessel van der Kolk, in his groundbreaking book, The Body Keeps the Score, emphasizes that trauma can significantly affect how individuals relate to others in adulthood. Say you grew up in an environment where every mistake was met with anger or disappointment. As an adult, when disagreements arise in your relationships, you might find yourself mirroring that same behavior, resorting to anger or withdrawal instead of open communication. This cycle continues because you have internalized those childhood experiences, leading to treating your partner poorly during moments of stress. This pattern is not uncommon. Many adults carry the emotional scars of their upbringing into their relationships. When we don't address these deep-seated issues, they can manifest as resentment or frustration towards those closest to us. Number 2. Emotional immaturity and abuse. Another factor contributing to why we treat our loved ones poorly is emotional immaturity. Lindsay C. Gibson's book, Adult Children of Emotionally Immature Parents, sheds light on how growing up with emotionally immature caregivers can create a cycle of dysfunction. Imagine being raised by parents who were unable to express their feelings or handle conflict maturely. Instead of providing comfort and understanding during tough times, they resorted to dismissive behavior or emotional outbursts. As an adult, you might struggle in your own relationships because you lack the tools to communicate effectively. Perhaps you often find yourself lashing out at your partner over trivial matters because you feel overwhelmed by emotions that you don't know how to process. This emotional immaturity may lead you to take your partner for granted, assuming they will always be there despite your hurtful behavior. Understanding this cycle is crucial for breaking free from it. Recognizing that your loved ones may not be equipped to handle emotional situations can help develop empathy and patience as you navigate your relationships. Number 3. Self-centeredness and taking loved ones for granted. Self-centeredness is another significant reason people mistreat their loved ones. In today's fast-paced world, it's easy to become consumed by our own needs and desires. David B. Wexler's book, When Good Men Behave Badly, explores how even well-meaning individuals can fall into patterns of selfishness due to unresolved emotional issues. Say you have always been driven by career ambitions. You work long hours and often prioritize your job over spending quality time with your partner and friends. Over time, those loved ones begin to feel neglected and unappreciated. When they voice their concerns, do you brush them off, believing that your hard work should be enough to earn their support? This self-centered behavior creates a rift in your relationships as you fail to recognize the importance of nurturing connections with those you love. It's essential for individuals like yourself to take a step back and evaluate priorities, understanding that love requires effort and attention. Number 4. The mask we wear. Many people put on a facade in public while harboring negative feelings at home. This disconnect can lead to frustration being vented on loved ones rather than facing the root cause of their emotions. Gavin de Becker's book, The Gift of Fear, emphasizes the importance of recognizing our instincts about unhealthy dynamics. Imagine this scenario. You present yourself as calm and collected at work but feel overwhelmed by stress at home due to family responsibilities. You hide your frustrations from colleagues but unleash them on your spouse when you return home after a long day. Your inability to express true feelings creates tension in your marriage as you take out frustrations on someone who loves you unconditionally. This pressure cooker effect is common in many households. When individuals suppress their true feelings, it can lead to explosive reactions toward those closest to them. Recognizing this pattern is vital for fostering healthier communication within relationships. To effectively address these issues within ourselves or others, it's crucial first to identify toxic behaviors that may be present in our relationships. Number 1. Recognizing patterns of abuse. Identifying toxic behaviors is crucial for understanding why we treat our loved ones poorly. Patricia Evans' book, The Verbally Abusive Relationship, provides valuable insights into recognizing verbal and emotional abuse patterns that may be present in your relationships. Imagine being in a relationship where your partner frequently belittles your achievements or uses sarcasm as a weapon during arguments. At first, you might brush off these comments as jokes. However, over time they begin chipping away at your self-esteem. You start questioning your worth and feel increasingly isolated from friends and family. Recognizing these signs is essential for understanding whether you are in a toxic dynamic or if harmful behaviors are present within yourself too. Common signs include frequent criticism or belittling comments, silent treatment or withdrawal during conflicts, and manipulation tactics like gaslighting. Number 2. Self-reflection questions. To identify if you are contributing to unhealthy dynamics in your relationships, consider asking yourself some reflective questions. Do I feel comfortable expressing my emotions around my loved ones? Am I quick to anger when things don't go my way? Do I often regret things I say during arguments? These questions can help illuminate behavior patterns and prompt necessary changes before they escalate into more significant issues. Recognizing harmful behaviors is just the beginning. Now let's explore actionable steps toward stopping these negative patterns. Number 1. Acknowledging the problem. The first step in addressing negative behavior is acknowledging that it exists. Lundy Bancroft's book, Why Does He Do That?, provides insights into understanding abusive behaviors and recognizing them in oneself. Say you've always prided yourself on being a good partner. However, after reading Bancroft's book, you begin reflecting on actions during arguments with your significant other. You realize that shouting instead of discussing issues calmly has become a pattern, one that mirrors what was modeled in your childhood home. Your realization is eye-opening. Acknowledging this problem becomes the first step toward change. Keeping a journal documenting interactions with loved ones can help identify patterns of negativity or conflict that need addressing. Number 2. Seeking professional help. Engaging with a therapist can provide a safe space for exploring underlying issues contributing to harmful behaviors. Books like Healing from Hidden Abuse by Shannon Thomas offer guidance on recovery from psychological abuse and rebuilding self-esteem. For instance, think about yourself in a situation where you have experienced emotional abuse from an ex-partner that left deep scars on your self-worth. After years of struggling with trust issues in new relationships, you decide it's time to seek professional help. Through therapy sessions, you learn about healthy communication techniques while addressing the trauma you've experienced. By confronting your past head-on with professional support, you are able to break free from destructive patterns that have plagued your relationships for years. Seeking help from a therapist can be a game-changer in your journey toward healthier relationships. They provide an objective perspective and proven strategies to help you overcome the challenges you face. Remember, there's no shame in asking for help. It takes courage to confront our issues and make positive changes. Number 3. Setting healthy boundaries. Dr. Henry Cloud and Dr. John Townsend's book, Boundaries, emphasizes the importance of establishing healthy boundaries in relationships, something many people overlook until it's too late. For example, think about a time when you've always been available for others but started to feel overwhelmed when they constantly asked for favors without reciprocation. After reading the book Boundaries, you realize that you need to set limits on what you can give without feeling drained or resentful. By communicating your needs clearly while also respecting others' boundaries, you find yourself feeling more empowered in your relationships. Instead of feeling like a doormat, you begin to foster mutual respect among your friends, creating healthier dynamics where everyone feels valued and understood. Setting boundaries not only helps you maintain your well-being but also strengthens the connections you have with those around you. Establishing clear boundaries is crucial for maintaining a sense of identity and control, especially during difficult times. When you take the time to examine your current situation and identify what you need versus what you don't want, you can create guidelines that define acceptable communication, behavior, and interaction. Remember, healthy boundaries are respectful of your space, autonomy, and the autonomy of those around you. They are never about asserting control over others but rather shining a light on your personal needs while acknowledging the needs of those you care about. Now that we've covered ways to stop harmful behaviors, let's discuss how we can actively rebuild our relationships once we've addressed these issues. Number 1. Open communication. Effective communication is vital for rebuilding trust and understanding in any relationship. Marshall Rosenberg's book, Nonviolent Communication, outlines techniques for expressing feelings without blaming others, an essential skill when trying to mend broken connections. Imagine you've faced years of misunderstandings with your partner due to poor communication skills. Realizing that things needed to change, you decide to learn how to communicate more effectively. You discover that using "I" statements instead of accusatory language can foster healthier discussions about feelings. For example, you start saying, "I feel hurt when you don't listen," instead of, "You never listen." Through practice, you find that open dialogue allows both you and your partner to express yourselves without fear of judgment or retaliation. This shift in communication becomes a crucial step toward rebuilding your relationship, creating a safe space where both of you can share your thoughts and feelings honestly. By prioritizing effective communication, you not only improve your connection with your partner but also lay the foundation for a stronger, more resilient relationship. Number 2. Apologizing and making amends. Taking responsibility for past actions is crucial for healing relationships. A sincere apology acknowledges the hurt caused while expressing a commitment toward changing behavior moving forward. Imagine you had let your temper get the best of you during an argument with your sister over something trivial. Afterward, as you reflect on the situation, regret washes over you as you realize how hurtful your words were. You take some time to think about what happened, and it becomes clear that you need to make things right. With this understanding, you approach your sister with an honest apology that acknowledges her feelings. "I'm truly sorry for what I said, it was uncalled for." This heartfelt gesture not only mends fences but also strengthens your bond as you commit to better communication practices going forward. By recognizing the impact of your words and taking responsibility, you pave the way for healing in your relationship. Apologizing sincerely can create a foundation of trust and respect, allowing both of you to move forward with a deeper understanding of each other. Number 3. Practicing empathy. Understanding the perspective of your loved ones can foster compassion while reducing conflict significantly over time, something Brené Brown emphasizes in her book, The Gifts of Imperfection. Engaging with this material encourages self-reflection on personal experiences while cultivating empathy toward others' struggles too. Imagine you often feel frustrated when your partner seems distant after long workdays. Instead of jumping to conclusions or expressing irritation, you decide to pause and consider what might be going on beneath the surface. After reading Brown's work, you realize that understanding vulnerability is key to connecting with others. You begin making an effort each day by simply asking your partner how things are going instead of diving straight into complaints about chores left undone. This small shift creates space for genuine connection rather than resentment. By practicing empathy, you not only strengthen your relationship but also foster a deeper understanding of your partner's feelings and experiences, leading to a more harmonious and supportive environment for both of you. In conclusion, understanding why we treat our loved ones worse than others is essential for fostering healthier relationships overall. By recognizing harmful patterns rooted in childhood experiences, emotional immaturity, and self-centeredness masked under societal pressures, we can take proactive steps toward healing together. It's important to acknowledge problematic behaviors, seek professional help if necessary, establish healthy boundaries, and communicate openly while practicing empathy. By implementing these strategies, we can create stronger, more fulfilling connections with those we care about most. What steps have you taken to improve your relationships with loved ones? Have you ever noticed patterns in your behavior that you want to change? Share your thoughts and insights in the comments below. And if you found value in this video, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe for more insightful content. Thank you.